All right. Let's do this, man. Rant and chill, Mr. Deadman here. We're going to be talking about the Trunker Freedom Convoy. I like it good. I like a good fight for freedom. I like a good protest for freedoms. I like that sort of stuff there, man. What they're doing is good stuff. Great and based all the way. Anyone who says otherwise, I guess they're for tyranny. That's what it is, man. I mean, I hate to make it seem so hyperbolic and black and white, but I mean, you know, people will say, oh, but the truckers are anti-vax and things like that, which is not true. Not true. Anti-mandate. That's just it. Plain and simple. Anti-mandate. If you're for mandates, then I guess you're not with the trucker side. But who would honestly in their right mind be for the government requiring or mandating everyone to get the jab, everyone wearing masks, everyone having these passports and stuff? When are those things even working? Hey, you know, pretty much COVID's over. All right. Passports, don't need them. Force all this stuff, mandate all this stuff. Just lift it. Just lift it. You know, that's what this protest was about. That's what the Trucker Freedom Convoy was about. But you know what? In some ways, the truckers won. In some ways, the convoy definitely won. Definitely made an impact because hey, Quebec released their mandates. Okay. I don't know about other regions or whatever, you know, but you know, I don't live in Canada, but let me know if it actually had some sort of effect, if the mandates have been restricted. Mandates have been lifted. Sorry. Anyway, so we're going to watch some stuff about the trucker convoy, because what's happening here is even if you say the truckers won, at what cost? At what cost? Because now the truckers are being arrested, being detained in large numbers, and it's by force, by gunpoint. Some will say, no, it's not by gunpoint. They're not using guns. You know, they're not pointing the guns. Well, they're using guns. They're using those assault weapons, right? Those assault weapons that they're always afraid of. They're using that stuff. But they're doing it by force. They're doing it by force, and that's something that everyone should be afraid of, really, that it's happening there in Canada, and something that will definitely happen here in the U.S. When the convoy protest happens here. It's just a matter of time, and that's what DC is terrified of. I mean, Washington, DC is terrified of the idea that truckers in the U.S. are going to be protesting a peaceful protest, right? A peaceful protest. All it takes is trucks just to go and park and pretty much honk their horn, and that's going to be considered terrorism. You just watch how they're going to do it, how they're going to react. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. All right, but let's go ahead and get into this here. I'm going to put it on the screen here. There we go. Now, this is just a feed earlier today.
Can't broadcast correctness. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Now, this live Ottawa Trucker Freedom Convoy 2022 all-day coverage. Let's go see, obviously, as you can tell, a lot of police. Heavy police presence there. Now, this was earlier today. Let's go to what's happening now. Okay.
Wow. Do you know how many times I've heard people say that they're crazy?
Like we've been running back and forth from Hamilton, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It didn't matter, you know.
You gotta be in Ottawa, right?
You gotta be in Ottawa. And remember, I had this.
See, here's the thing. Right now, what they're saying. I'll just play in the background. What they're saying right now, if you pay attention to what's going on Twitter. Various news outlets will say, oh, the crowd is thinning, police are gathering people, they're detaining people. But the thing is, more people are coming in. In fact, there's another convoy on the way. There is another convoy of truckers on the way carrying logs, pretty much. So it's not over. I think this is just the beginning. I think this is just the beginning here. This here is a video, I think, of a Canadian police officer passing out. Okay, let's check this out.
He stiffens up and falls like a board. Right here, this cop, right here, in the center of the screen. Watch him. Keep your eye on him.
right, watching.
Remember one time at the G20. This cop right here in the center of the screen is about to pass out. Look at that.
Boom.
Cop down. That cop just bailed. What the fuck?
Now, what happened there? What happened there? Was it I don't know, dehydration or something? I mean, he just stiffened up, passed out. But I'm looking at this presence here. And what's coming to mind is, where was this during the protest of peace and all that stuff last year? Where was that stuff, right? I didn't see it. I didn't see it there. You didn't see it there. Yeah. They're coming out here now, and there are reports or people saying that people have been arrested by gunpoint. We'll see if we can get anything on that here. Let's go take a look at some things. Now, this is kind of interesting. So there's still unrest going on in France, anti-everything, human tide. The French are fighting. There's some sort of freedom convoy going on in France over there too. Okay, man, this is something that's catching on because they realize that it is effective. And there's a video we played yesterday on a live stream related to this, that really all these truckers have to do is shut down their trucks, shut down their engines for like 2 or 3 days. All of them, pretty much. And it'll totally mess up with the supply of things. The supply you're not going to have things on the shelves, all right? People are not going to have their food. They're not going to have their coffee. They're not going to have their lattes. They're not going to have their Nintendo Switches. And it's going to, if the trucks just shut down and disrupt the supply chain, that is how you would protest. Those are the workers that you could possibly try to replace them, but you're just going to replace them with other people who are just going to be in that situation, right? And they can also protest. And it's not something that could just turn into automation either, because those self-driving trucks, well, they're not near ready. Anyway, let's see what they're saying here. Let's see, Doug Beard. Let's see what this guy's take is here. There are a few races among the trucker convoy. Screw them, but the vast majority of the truckers are simply protesting their basic rights being contingent upon taking government mandate chemical injection. That is damn straight right, man. There might be a few racists. So what if they are? I mean, there's a few racists in every bunch. There's quite a bit of racists in BLM. Quite a bit of racism in Antifa groups. But, no one talks about that, even though they're yelling, nigger, and Uncle Tom at black officers, because they're on the wrong side, because that black person's not doing what they want them to do. Very racist for you. The BLM and Antifa people. Very racist. Anyway, let's see. More messages seeks to Canadian truckers, Freedom Convoy, and Ottawa. Okay. All right. Let's see if we get some footage. I want to see some. Oh, that right there isn't. See, you got to be careful. This is on YouTube. This right here, Trudeau, the tyrant, condemned violence against peaceful protesters. Now he's quick to arrest convoy organizers, freeze bank accounts of their supporters, and attack freedom-loving Canadians. That's true here. That's true. How's it going? 2017. This right here is horrific, man. That this is happening. Their approach to this. Did you see this last year? The year before that, in the protests of peace and all that? No, you didn't see any of this. When they protest and burn things down, what happens? I mean, the police get called out. Hey, don't police, or if the police try to do their job, they get prosecuted. Here in fucking Texas. Police in Austin are being prosecuted by grand jury, indicted by grand jury for roughing up the protesters that they arrested because they might have injured them during the arrest. I don't care what side you're on. If you're on the red team blue team, if you're fighting for freedom or fighting for mandates, fighting for freedom, or you're fighting for communism. If you're doing that, expect to get roughed up. Like, look, here's the thing. Look, when these officers arrest the convoy trucks, the truckers that are protesting for freedom, they're probably going to get roughed up. That's probably going to happen. And yeah, expect the police to do that. Now, hey, if you had a way to sue, you go in and sue. You do that too. Dude, these truckers, man. I'm more on their side because anymore, what's going on here? You can't really be that middle lane guy, the fence sitting guy anymore. You pretty much have to pick a side. Because it's not just a double standard, okay? I mean, it is. I heard the term hierarchy. You probably heard that term too. It is. Their team is going to have all the benefits. They're going to protect themselves. They're going to try to use the system to protect themselves. Use the system to make sure that their people are not arrested or prosecuted and all that stuff. And when I say their team, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the super libs, the hyper progressives, the Antifa types, the BLM types, all of them. While if you're on the other side and you're trying to protest for freedom and you're being peaceful, they're going to freeze your bank account. They're going to lock you down. Oh, you got cryptocurrency? You think it's safe? They're going to get a hold of that too. They're going to try to find a way, and they will find a way. You can't be that middle of the road guy anymore. Pretty much have to pick a side. All right. And they're going to play favoritism. We got to play favoritism too. We got to at this point. We got to make sure we got our boys in there. We got people who support freedom. Got to make sure the right lawyers are there, the right judges are there, the right cops are there. We got to make sure. That's the only way. That's how you're going to fight this thing. You have to fight it using the system. Okay? You can't really fight the system, but you can infiltrate the system and take hold of it. That's how you do it. But good luck. There's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of pariahs. There's a lot of fucking backstabbers. Carrying someone who's racist is pretty cringe, right? That is cringe. I mean, that take there, the guy said, that's him saying, there might be some bad actors, but it's still a good fight. He's caving in. He's showing some weakness. I don't give two fucks if there are bad actors in there. I support that. You know what? The reason why I say it that way, it's a given that there's going to be bad. Dude, there's a bad apple in any bunch. In every bunch, there's a bad apple. Okay? There's a bad apple in every bunch. But I support the movement. 100%. I mean, you got to be bold, man. You have to be bold anymore. That's what it is. You have to attack. You can't, but you have to attack smart. I mean, you can't just use lethal force because the state's their guns outnumber your guns, and they're much better. And they have the system. Okay? The system has their back. The only way to really enact change, I think, is like peaceful protests like this, while at the same time, we try to actively get our guys in there. Okay? But be smart about it. Okay? You can't put some people in the system that are then just going to be doing some sig heils or doing some other things, whatever, and then be exposed or whatever, be signaled out. They have to, like, it'd be great if we get some guys in there that will say the thing to say to appease, I guess, their side, but totally be on our side, be on the side of freedom. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be cool. Problem is, I wonder if people would understand that. I wonder if people would be willing to do that, to go along with that, that sort of play there. Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. So yeah, there is police violence being enacted on protesters here, peaceful protesters. Let's see. Kai Hope, government confiscating charitable donations of fiat given by the people for the people that are protesting peacefully, confiscating. We talked about that earlier. We talked about that yesterday, actually. Canada has provoked a bank run due to its handling of the trucker convoy. Jeez, I cannot read right now. And have not had anything to drink at all. No liquor today. Surprise, surprise. Donations are now flowing to the truckers by the way of Bitcoin. That's good. That's good. Now, they're trying to say they're going to seize it. The Canadian government is. Now, how effective they're going to be in that, we'll see. We'll see. Okay? Is the value... Well, actually, you could see how effective they're at that by seeing the value of Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going up or is it going down? Let's go take a look at our cryptos, guys. Take a look at your portfolio. Is it going up? Let's see. I'm checking Coinbase right now. Let's see. Looks like Bitcoin's going up a bit. I have some issues today. Let's see. Look at the week. Oh, it has dipped though for the week. Overall month picture though, it's still higher than it was earlier this month. But it's still lower than it was earlier this year. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see if the Canadian government is effective in seizing Bitcoin. What do you think? 2017? Thank you. I think you might be the only one here right now. Oh, so sad, so lonely, so lonely. You know, small channel, grow it, right? It's going to catch on, though. It's going to catch on. I do have some guests lined up for the rent and chill stuff for, I guess, the Friday shows. It was either this, talk about this, or play some games on Twitch. I want to talk about this. This is more important to me right now at the moment, and then I'll play some games later on. Let's see. I'm curious about what else we're gonna find here. Let's take a look at the latest here. Let's see if we see anything else, anything interesting. Let's see. This person, crass and unsophisticated. Another example of how useless the American legacy media is. They're more worried about who donated to the truckers' convoy in Canada than who's on the Ghislaine Maxwell's Black Book. That's also true. That's also a pretty important fact right there to consider. Like, there's people that are people that have already actively doxxed the truckers' convoy, and the names are up there, and their families are being harassed, and their kids are being harassed. When I say harassed, their families are being threatened with I guess, Canadian CPS. Okay, so my question is, knowing that people kind of know the names in that Black Book, in Maxwell's Black Book, how come they haven't been exposed? How come that fucking hacker that claimed to have gone against pedophiles and exposed pedophiles, where's he on the exposing people involved in Maxwell shit and Epstein shit, huh? That guy's a tool. He's a puppet. He's used by the Canadian government. He's used by any government, really. He's used by people in power for their purposes, you know? Okay. I like this tweet, though. Reminder, be stocked up, have cash. USA People's Trucker Convoy, Canadian Trucker Protests, Russia, Ukraine, and that whole thing. Midterm election, the possibility of supply chain violence, new variant mandates, hackers, inflation. Fear-mongering? Or is that true? Fear-mongering, or is that true? It's good to be prepared. It's good to be prepared. How prepared do you want to get? I mean, that's up to you. Can't win them. I'm here. Manu, how's it going? How's it going? Can't win them all, plus it's dinner time. That's right. That's right. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's anything going on here.
Right now.
Okay, perfect.
Trust me.
Greg.
Yeah, space.
Yeah.
WYCLIFFFE.
E? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
just
that?
search that on YouTube. I should come up.
Okay.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome.
The last song I did, the second to last song I did on the stage.
you.
Okay, this right now, kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen what it says.
Nothing big happening on any of this footage here. Okay, so let's go take a look and see if we can find something else. What's this? Is this the same video? It can't be the same video. Is it the same video? Let's find out.
Windy, February the 19th for the Freedom Convoy.
Okay, let's check this out.
This flashlight can burn.
Oh, there's a commercial there. Okay.
Through anything.
Okay, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. So while we wait for that, what is your stance on the trucker convoy, the Freedom Convoy? Are you for the truckers, against the truckers? How do you feel the fact that the Canadian government, Justin Trudeau, is using police to force these truckers to be rounded up? That's what's happening. Oh, by the way, the tow truck drivers, I don't know how they're going to say they were coerced to do anything. They could have chose not to tow those trucks. They could have chose not to tow those trucks. So how do I feel about their information being doxxed? Hey, they're in a political war right now. They're in a political cold war. It's not very cold when they're messing with your money. I guess it's only hot when it's when there's blood on the streets, huh? So I guess it would be a cold war. They're in a political cold war. They chose a side. They chose the side of the tyrants. What happens, happens. Okay? Just like in Star Wars. Star Wars reference? You know, like, obviously, what the thing about the Death Star? Jesus Christ. Especially, was it, Return of the Jedi, or the second Death Star was being rebuilt. You know there were subcontractors on that thing. Now, the subcontractors, did they know that what they were doing when they chose to work for the Empire? Of course they did. Of course they did. So are you supposed to cry if they died in an explosion? No, you're not supposed to cry about it, worry about it. They chose their side. They chose to make that greasy, grimy Empire money. That's what they did. That's what they did. Anyway, I know, lame Star Wars reference. Okay, let's see. This ad's still going. Okay, all right, let's see what's
2022. Lots of things are going on right now. Absolutely crazy. We're trying to see how close we can get. I did see a tweet out from the organizers, apparently that
Now, Manu, when you say the World Economic Forum is running the scam, are you talking about the scam that is that was the scamdemic? Or are you talking about the trucker convoy thing? The trucker. I don't think the World Economic Forum would run the truckers, but they are. I think they do see this as an opportunity to try to focus more on automation. But the problem is automation isn't there. The self-driving trucks are not where they need to be to replace these truckers, and I don't think it's ever going to be. You're going to need someone in the truck to handle the deliveries. Besides, dude, I don't know how they're going to get the self-driving trucks to really handle, like, the variances in, like, with driveways and in parking lots and you know, truck lots and shit. Like, anyway.
SL, how you doing?
Let's see. We're gonna fast forward. Let's fast forward this. We're gonna see if there's anything happening. Okay.
I got my car back. And the ticket was only $118.
Oh, that's not bad.
I was expecting it to be much more.
That's not bad.
All right,
All right, this guy's talking about a ticket.
Yeah. We're doing it. Yeah, we're watching. Make sure you sub up, man. Even for any.
Don't look crazy on other people's cameras.
Absolutely.
My hair's getting thinner. It's long, but it's getting thin.
We're getting young. We're getting there.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna skim through, see if there's any arrests or anything captured on this in the stream here. Obviously, this will be a snooze fest.
Play songs.
Let's see.
See if I can get my arm up.
Let's
here.
watch it double time.
Jeremy.
Okay. Not just double time. We're gonna watch it like as fast as we can. All right. We're gonna go crack speed. We're gonna go 2. We're gonna fast forward. Crack speed. Crack speed. Coke speed. Coke speed.
They're closing. The police are closing up.
The police are closing up.
Thank you. I think we want to be on a main street rather than a side street.
It's like Andy Wortsky on the camera.
I think that's
It's hilarious.
If they wanted to pinch the other side, anybody in the middle would be pinched. Yeah, I think Main Street is probably the best way to go. There is a lot of people. Now we can get a gist of what's going on. She got injured. She's got pepper spray, guys. Oh, no. Okay, get some water. Yeah, she's got pepper spray.
That's great.
They are dispersing pepper spray. Just needs to get some water into the eyes.
Oh, they are dispersing pepper spray. Okay.
Water into the eyes.
Milk! Milk! I need some milk! Oh.
They are pushing back, guys. They are pushing back.
Look who are the members of WF.
They have to do.
I think I've done it before.
If they seal that off, you could get potentially caught. The best place probably to be is right here on Bank Street here. This is probably the best
Now,
spot to
keep in
be.
mind,
Get caught
some
up
of
on
these
those streets you might
protests,
hit.
these things that we do as people, can be fueled by, kickstarted by, legit, civilians who have a grievance. Like here you have the mandates. I mean, that would be something there. But it could also be infiltrated and then hijacked by someone else who wants to take it further. And you kind of saw that a little bit when they tried to make it look like there was like hardcore Nazis in there by having someone who was like waving it was a Confederate flag that they're waving. They had a swastika flag there too, but clearly that was an op too. But I saw the video with the guy with the Confederate flag, and the guy was wearing a full-on mask. I wonder if I can get that photo so I could show you, man. It's crazy. Is you're gonna tell me the person? You're gonna tell me that a trucker's gonna wear a full-on mask and do that? I thought the truckers are fighting for the lifting mandates. Why would they be wearing a full-on mask and doing that shit? That's stupid. Clearly, that's an op. But they always have, the governments always have operations that do this shit. Like, think of, Occupy Wall Street? Occupy Wall Street, I think, started off with a legit grievance. I don't know if it was like legit, but that was like a left-wing thing, right? A leftist thing. It started out, the grassroots, but then clearly it was infiltrated by CIA and some other shit. And when you saw the people marching in, they had like their masks on and stuff, looked fully covered, and they were wearing boots, like they looked like military boots. That was hijacked, most definitely. See, that's the thing the left doesn't understand too. That, like, you would think they would support something like this because it's going against the government. It's challenged the government, the authorities, and they're asking for change, and they're effectively getting that change. But if anything, it seems like the people on the left are jealous of this. They're jealous of this. They're mad. They're raging. And they'll go and buy whatever the mainstream media is telling them, take the bait, not knowing, I guess, not caring really, that if they were to join with the truckers, dude, just think of what could happen. But that's the thing. The government does not want you to do that. The media does not want you to do that. If the populist left and the populist right were to get together and then combine their efforts and then go against the system, it would be fucked. It would be fucked. Like you would then see the police state enact its full force. But that won't happen because differences, a lot of differences, a lot of political differences. But what if they were to go, okay, wait, what if after this this joint effort we agree to split things, to split the baby, so to speak, See, what's happening here? There's an effort to keep us divided, so that they can, have control over us and all that stuff. That I do believe. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we're not talking. Thanks. 8,800 in the chat. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. We're watching this.
Like and subscribe, guys. Everyone
Downtown
says
Ottawa.
that, huh? Everyone says that. Like and subscribe.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll out to regroup.
Let's see if we see any
standing.
skirmishes. Anything here?
He's on the other side of the street. Yeah. Shizer, yeah. Where's he? Somewhere over there. I'm trying to look for him. And no further action on the truckers.
Any skirmishes? And see, I'll keep that playing in the background. I'll look through here, see if there's anything happening, anything popping off. See, trucker convoy organizer Tamara Litch appears in court. Oh. That's right. There's something I need to play. There's something I need to play. Right here. No. This? This one. Okay. Looks like the face of the Freedom Convoy organizers, 2 Freedom Convoy organizers have been arrested. Could be bad news. Could be. But I saw a video where more is on the way. So let's play this. Hopefully this does not get copyright claimed or dinged or whatever.
Protesters, including, I believe, Lauren, 2 of the organizers.
Correct. Chris Barber, he'll be in court later today where he's going to face criminal charges for counseling to commit mischief and obstruction of police.
Criminal?
Criminal charges here. Now, another
Criminal charges.
organizer, and I'd argue that she has very much become the face of the Freedom Convoy, is Tara Litch. She had her bank account frozen, and she had
They freeze her bank account. They're treating her like a terrorist. That's what they're going to do. You know, dude, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think so. Do you remember hearing them doing that with the Black Lives Matter leaders? No, they didn't do any of that. What about Antifa? No. Oh, Antifa's a myth. You know, government officials or a fucking congressman saying, "Oh, Antifa's a myth. Just a myth. You know, while shitting his pants."
recently resigned to the fate of arrest.
I'll probably be going somewhere tomorrow where I'll be getting 3 square meals a day, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
See, this is where I'm saying we cannot be middle of the road anymore. Actually, the time to stop being middle of the road was a long time ago. Okay, a lot of us were just kind of dumb on it, myself included. You know, I'll be like, you know, I was guilty of that too, dude. We cannot be middle of the road anymore. You got to choose a side. That's what's happening here, because when people they're fighting for freedom do this stuff and they get arrested, okay, they're not going to get a chance to get to bond out or anything, because their bonds can be set way high, like millions of dollars, and be like, what the hell? How are you going to even afford that? Whereas the other person on the other side, their bail set to like joke amount. You saw that? What was it that dude that assassinated that? What was it the mayor, that politician? We'll pull that story. I'll pull up that story right now, because that's definitely related to this. I can't believe that. Let's see. One moment. I'm pulling up the story now. You guys probably know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, it was a local BLM chapter. Posts bail for a man charged with attempted murder of a mayor candidate in Louisville. So you mean an assassination? You mean this guy attempted to assassinate? But because he's Black Lives Matter, he gets out. You know, he's gonna be fine. I mean, he might face charges. I mean, the charges are still there, you know. But no, they're already been reduced. They'll be funny about it. Attempted murder, okay? Because they're not gonna go hard after these guys. They're afraid of them. Okay. And I don't know when this started happening, but because I'm sure there's history to this. I'm sure some of you guys may know. We could talk about it on a future Rent and Chill. That'd be great. I'm curious about the history and when the U.S. government became very fearful of BLM and the Antifa types. I always thought they were kind of like their dog that they let off a leash and just grew too big, and now they're fucked. But yeah, let's see. I'll read a little bit about this because it's kind of related. Local BLM chapter posts bail for a man charged with attempted murder of a mayor candidate. Mayor was charged with attempted murder. Okay, mayoral candidate in Louisville is no longer in jail after a local Black Lives Matter chapter teamed up with a community bail fund to post his bail. Quintez Brown, you know, you don't even have to see the photo. Like Quintez Brown, you already know he's black. Quintez Brown guessed the race, 21, who is said to be a social justice activist. That's why he gets different treatment, huh? He gets different treatment. He's on their team, right? The system is kind of supporting their team, not supporting our team, all right? Or the Team for Freedom, anyway. Running as a candidate for Louisville's Metro Council, allegedly tried to assassinate Democrat mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg, a Jew. He tried to assassinate a Jew. They could say he's anti-Semitic. They're not. I think I heard them try to go that route, but I'd be surprised if they like backpedal on that or just make that disappear. The point of talking about this is to once again show it's different treatment, man. Different treatment. And we can't be middle of the road anymore, okay? You gotta it pisses me off, man. It pisses me fucking off. Because what can you do? What can you fucking do? What can you do? We have to actively make sure our guys are in there. But how are you supposed to do that when you have like George Soros money backing, prosecutors, that are running in certain areas? You got to be very smart. This is why local elections are very important. Like you gotta pay attention to what's going on in your local election, local area, to know who is there. Okay. So.
And I want you to know that I'm not afraid.
And let's show video of her arrest. No resistance whatsoever. The cop who did it, if we eventually get to it, didn't even look like he wanted to do it. And what's happening today is the House of Commons will debate Trudeau's emergency powers. Then on Monday, they'll vote on their continued use. Because a lot of people are...
Now, I believe that was rejected. I believe this was February 18th that this video posted. I read something yesterday, too, that call for emergency power was rejected, but that might have changed too. This is a happening. This is what you call a happening. So any moment things could change. Let me see. Trudeau. Let's say Emergencies Act. And see, someone's just saying, I oppose the Trudeau government unjustified use of the Never Before Emergencies Act. Okay, I'll speak against it and vote against it during the Senate resumes. Okay, let's put that on the screen here. This is somebody, they're a Canadian senator. Okay, so you do have people who are a fan of the Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays, I guess. All right. See, what's with this ad? What's with this ad? Huh? It's a Valentine's ad, but it's like two chicks. What was that? Okay. I'm looking for something that give me something decent. Oh, what is this? Whatever you think of the protests, the invoking of the Emergency Act is an acknowledgement of the failure of our democratic policies and institutions. This is not something a healthy democracy does. Full stop. We need to pause and really think on this. That's right, because that Emergencies Act will essentially make him a dictator, make Trudeau a dictator. Wow. So that's crazy. That's crazy. But it looks like people are opposing it. See, this is February 14th, though. Okay. Let's go to the latest. Let's see. Now, like I said, we're on Twitter. At any time, some e-thought, some cam whore could use this hashtag to show her boobs, nudes, and lewds, and this whole channel will be ruined, right? I pray to God that doesn't happen. Every time you take a risk. All right, this comes up. I like the sound of that. Freedom. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, good God, fighting for freedom is spreading very quickly across Canada. Justin Trudeau's declaration of implementing Nazi policies not sitting well with the people. Yeah, of course not. Another small fringe minority truckers. Oh, I think is this the one I saw? Okay, wait. No, this is not the one I saw earlier. It was another small fringe minority of truckers. Quebec gathers today to end Canada's police state. Okay, well, let's watch it. Music. Good music. I mean, that's the one thing I noticed about this convoy. Like, they have some good music playing, okay? Like, there's people out there that are supporting these truckers. So how about you meet the needs, you meet the demands of these truckers, and then they go. That's it. I mean, call their bluff, honestly. The government's in bed with the media. I believe their media is actually controlled by the state, though, unlike the U.S. isn't, right? Why don't you just call their bluff? Meet their needs, and be like, okay, we did what you asked. Or how about this? How about Justin Trudeau actually talk with the leaders and be like, what do you want? Oh, that's right. They have been detained. They've been arrested. Well, why don't you talk with the leaders? You talk with the leaders. Okay, what can we do? Can we end this? Can we agree on something? But he's not making that effort. In fact, their approach here is to treat them like terrorists, detain them, and then it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. I mean, it could have been handled through just discussion, by conversation and debate. It could have been. But not once did Justin Trudeau try to talk with these truckers. Any of them did not. Not even the face of him. No, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. It seems like what he cares about is power. It seems like what he cares about is, exercising his, his control. Some old, really? That's, they're trying to make that chick look like a dude, but that's still a chick. What the hell, dude? What the hell? Okay, anyway. Okay, my dog is barking. There might be someone out there. It is clear when oh my God, it's someone out there. It's Ethan Ralph, guys. No, it's someone else. It is clear when an NDP MP has attended a protest. It was always peaceful. Let me see what this tag is here. Okay, it is clear when a NDP MP has attended a protest. It was always peaceful in support of the downtrodden for equal rights. When the Freedom Convoy 2022 came to Ottawa, it was to push racist, sexist, anarchist views. This is bullshit. This person is, he bought in. He's I don't know, man. He bought into the mainstream media shit. He's a total shill. He's fucked. As per every NDP MP debating, Mercy Act. Yeah, bullshit. See, you're going to get takes like that where they're going to be regurgitating the bullshit, They're going to be support of the system. That's what they want. Let's see if any videos or anything cool about this. Because really, I came to the look for anyone talking about what's currently going on with the Emergencies Act. But it looks, like I said, I read yesterday that they rejected it. They rejected it. So I don't think they're going to actually go through with the Emergencies Act. But that's not stopping them from using police force with gunpoint and horses to trample on people to gather these people up and arrest them. See, my camera operator and I get swarmed by protesters and followed after an interview with police media. Officers escort us to our vehicle. Oh, this could be interesting. Looks like you're going to get it from the perspective of a journalist. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. $2. Oh, that's way too loud. That's way too loud. It's much louder than my chill voice. Okay.
Hey, do you want me to carry the sticks?
You're being booed because you're working for the other side. You're being booed because you're state-run media and you're controlled by the establishment. Come on in.
Disgusting, filthy human being.
That's right. And shame on those cops. I mean, those cops don't have to do that. They could be like, no, I don't want to do this. But then they'll be out of a job. That's the fear, right? That's the worry. Oh, I'll lose my job. Hey, but once you lose your job, you'll be surprised how you feel then. Hey, you join the ranks of all the jobless and you're like, you know what? I kind of see things in a different light now. Oh man! And honestly, if they all were to resign in waves, then that would set a precedent there. I mean, do you really think there'd be the leftists join the side or whatever? I guess people that are pro-government be like, yeah, that's right. I'll become a cop so I can do their bidding. I mean, maybe, but
Disgusting, filthy human being. You're a filthy human being. You're disgusting.
Keep this guy. He got $2. I don't get paid about $2.
Ralph is botting your views, dead man. Probably. What do I have here on this small channel?
That's not true. Go home, you lying
You know, I haven't really done many rant style streams on this channel. Normally I do like Love Bites stuff or Japanese metal stuff, but that's the direction. Now I kind of want to be able to talk about stuff like this on this channel, and also talk about the stuff that are kind of more chill too. People kind of have that. My interest, well, this is kind of what it is on this channel. So yeah, what I'd look at this video, you kind of see on the other side. Now it kind of frames like, poor me. I was booed off. They were swarmed me. They were trying to hurt me, but they were just booing him, man. He's working for the enemy. All right, I guarantee if I keep on scrolling, I'm going to run into somebody. I'm going to run into somebody who's going to be posting their boobs on this shit. Ghost. Okay. Justin Trudeau, you arrogant tyrant. Hashtag freedom convoy 22 was beginning to lose its steam and could have became an excuse for your own shortcomings. But you implemented the Emergency Act and violently arrested protesters, which have galvanized your populace into championing your removal. Yes. Okay. So let's see if we have. Let's see what's going on here. That's right. We're going to take a look at this. See if there's an update here.
You can stick.
Anything new on this feed? I don't see anything new or cool on this feed. Okay. And we reacted to this one. This is one with the video with the officer fell over. And okay, we need to finish the rest of this. This is the police have arrested the people that organized the convoy.
Are saying he looks absolutely ridiculous on the world stage. He's dealing with that organizer who went like this so peacefully when she was arrested, who sounds like that. He's acting like a dick.
See, that's the thing. Like, she did not resist arrest. She went in peacefully, and Justin Trudeau could talk to her. Justin Trudeau could talk to her, but I guess he hates women.
Who sounds like that. He's acting like a dictator towards her instead of just sitting down and talking with them and using these crazy powers to stop a peaceful protest.
Well, now tell us about the American truckers who I believe are now organizing convoys here.
There's going to be 3 routes, and they're going to...
There are going to be 3 routes. 3 freaking routes, man. What do you think is going to happen with that? When the U.S. convoy kicks off and they go to D.C., man, it'd be crazy.
Across the country. So a political action committee...
Oh, and Ted Nugent's going to be part of it. Ted fucking Nugent's going to be part of it. Of course he is. Of course he will. That was pretty cool to see yesterday. All right, let's go take a look to see if there's new stuff going on here. Let's just refresh this. Good. Lucky. You know what? I should do it really like this in case a boob pops in. Right? That'd be the smart thing to do. This is kind of remind me the way I'm doing this. Kind of remind me of what's that other YouTuber does new stuff all the time. I think is he called like No Agenda or whatever? Except we're gonna have an agenda. Okay, all right, we're gonna have an agenda. I forgot what the thing is called. What the guy's called. Anyway. Canadian Freedom Convoy, Ottawa police say protesters' actions promote horse-mounted cops to trample truckers. Oh, wow. They're blaming it on the protesters. Oh, I believe when the BLM protesters were trampled on by horses, they're like, ooh, we're sorry. Don't worry. That officer's going to be fired or whatever. Now when it happens, though, they... See, man, it's not... Everyone knows it's a double fucking standard. Everyone knows it's a double standard, okay? Why is the message retracted? Why is the message retracted? Oh, what happened there? You have no gender F slur. Okay. Thank you for letting me know I have no gender. Thank you. Anyway... Canadian Freedom Convoy, Ottawa police say protesters' actions prompted horse-mounted cops to trample. Oh, okay. All right. So when these peaceful protesters that are legitimately peaceful protesters are trampled upon, it is their fault. But, when the people burning down Walgreens and, I don't know, tearing up police vehicles and calling black officers niggers in their face. When they're doing that, when they're trampled upon, it's the officer's fault, and maybe they should be resigned, forced out, and maybe that whore should be executed for being racist. I don't know. It seems hyperbolic. It seems crazy. But police addressed the public Saturday regarding the ongoing trucker freedom convoy protests raging in Ottawa, Canada. The press conference comes on the heels of a mass arrest and aggravated clashes between law enforcement and the protesters, who have now grown in numbers to include not only Canadian truck drivers, but also members of the public and even Americans who have traveled to join the cause. They face a barrage of resistance, shoving and vitriol. We also saw that the protesters were aggressive with the officers, and we needed to use horses at one point, Police Chief Stephen Bell said at the conference. As a result, we responded with this morning by adding helmets and batons to our equipment. I would like to see this video. Is this the video? Is this the video of? I don't think this is going to be the video of it. Is this going to be the video of it? I don't think so. I mean, enlarge player. What are we doing? Are you going to play? Are you a video? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? Show clips. I'm saying show me the clip, you asshole. No, there's no video. No video. I would like to see a video of that. I'm sure that there's videos of that there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They were aggressive. Okay. Show me that. You know, I want to know how many people, how aggressive were this very peaceful trucker freedom convoy? How peaceful was it? Because to me, it seems very peaceful. But you guys, I mean, was it a couple years ago? They were saying the peaceful protests were peaceful, mostly peaceful, when there was flaming buildings in the background and people have died. Civilians died trying to protect their property, trying to protect their rights. But you know, never mind that. Okay. See what they're doing, man. See, this once again is a reminder that they have the system against you. All right. The police are against you. All right. I know people say BLM or Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter. Sure, yeah, Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter, right? Well, what if the officer is very willing to violate your rights if given the reason, if given the cause, if given the get-go, given the permission, I should say. Okay. How does it feel to lose to Ralph and Cog? How did I lose? I didn't lose to Ralph or Cog. Cog is, well, we talked about that in the other channel. How do I lose to a man who thinks it? Okay, that comment there, that's regarding this guy named Cog, who, he was in a car with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was drunk. And he let his drunk girlfriend drive the car, wreck the car, and he blames his girlfriend on the accident. He blames the accident on his girlfriend, okay? He should have been the one to step in and be like, hey, you're too drunk, let me see the keys. So why didn't he do that? Was he also drunk? Or was he not able to drive? Either way, still not good. It's not good. Anyway, let's see. Reporters questioned Bell on the rumors that the video that purported to show evidence of violent clashes between the horse-mounted officers and protesters. What I can indicate is that there was two members of the protesters who did collide with the horses. They fell down. I want to see this. I want to see this here. I really do. Bell told the reporter they immediately got back up and started to again engage their protest and demonstration activity. This is one of the circumstances where as we monitor it, we're identifying this information as quickly as we can, providing accurate, real information about what is occurring on the ground. Look, this doesn't need to be handled by force, though. Okay, all they're doing was in their trucks, taking up space, honking, scaring cats, I guess, to the point to where they're shit themselves crazy in apartments. Justin Trudeau, all he has to do is talk with the leaders. Talk with them. See what their demands are. If they're ridiculous, okay. Talk with them, handle it peacefully. That's all you have to do. That's all he had to do. But he doesn't want to do that. He's willing to do that. He was willing to do that with BLM when the Black Lives Matter shit was happening. Man, they bent over backwards and painted BLM stuff all over the place. Okay? People were donating in droves for that movement, for that organization, to that organization, I should say. And what they do? Did they help lift the lives of Black lives? If you're talking about the individuals, you're talking about the people on top of Black Lives Matter. Most definitely, the people on top. They got the benefits. That wealth, it didn't get redistributed. Kind of reminds me of why communism just doesn't work. Let's see. Let's go and take a look here. So, yeah, we clicked a link on this one. Let's see. Truckers Freedom Convoy 2022. I think we saw that. That was like 6 minutes ago. American truckers plan convoy to D.C. in protest of COVID-19 mandates. Well, that's good. That's good. Really, honestly, there's no reason to continue having the COVID-19 mandates here in the U.S. No reason whatsoever. But you'll see people, these idiots, going out there in the street advocating to be mandated, advocating to be required to wear masks and have passports and all this stuff. It's so stupid. I mean, you understand, it's believable to see a protest for advocating for freedom and not saying that the government is being too tyrannical with its approach. But now you have where people are protesting and asking to be, I guess, more controlled, to be restricted. It's so silly. It is so freaking dumb. So freaking dumb there. I mean, we can take a look at this article here. Take a look at this. Let's see. American truckers plan convoy to D.C. in protest of COVID-19 mandates. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that this is happening. I'm surprised that they're still going to keep those mandates in certain places. Now, being in Texas, it's almost like it never really happened. I remember they tried to mandate it here in I think Harris County. They tried to impose a fine, and the reaction to that was I think the sheriff's department was like, "Yeah, we ain't fucking doing that shit." you're gonna charge people $100 fine. It was like a ridiculous amount. I forgot what the amount was. Let's see if we'll pull that information up. They're going to charge this ridiculous fine, and it was laughable. And they were just like, "No, we're not doing that. We ain't doing that shit." And it's for masks. Let's see if we'll find that. It was $1,000. It was up to $1,000. Okay, even Greg Abbott, which people are kind of, they either love him or hate him. Okay, all right. Just don't ask him about his stance about Israel, okay? Government Greg Abbott says Harris County can't impose fine over mask order. County Judge Linda Hidalgo's order, which carries a penalty up to $1,000, drew harsh criticism from GOP candidates and also members of law enforcement. They're like, "No, we ain't doing that shit. We're not doing that." Okay. Okay. Go back to this article here. American truckers plan to convoy to D.C. Okay. So, taking a cue for the truckers bordering America's North, a political action committee will partner with the truck convoys to protest what it deems as overreaching government COVID-19 restrictions and mandates. So, just lift them. Just goddamn lift them. I mean, hey, the government caved to Black Lives Matter. And I guess lessening the police force, defunding the police force in some areas, right? Pretty much giving in to them. Hey, might as well give in to these guys. What they're asking isn't much. They're saying, hey, the overreach? You know how you guys became like, all these governors became tyrants overnight because of these COVID mandates? Yeah, we're asking for you to stop. We're asking for you to stop being like a little czar, a little king, a little dictator in your little area. We're asking for you to stop that, okay? All right? Just retract those requirements, those mandates. That's all we're asking for. Seems pretty easy. They're not asking you to defund any police department. They're not asking you any of that shit. They're not asking you anything crazy that the other side would, like, I guess erasing all student loan debt or anything like that. What they're asking for is something very basic. That power you have, that you gave yourself, Give it up, please. Thank you. Oh, you can't? Okay. Routes for the convoys will start in Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio, and Fresno, California, and will end in March 6th in Washington. We'll see. Hope so. We'll follow that. Great. There will be met by a congressional welcome committee to discuss policy changes, organizers said. That's how you do it. I hope they mean that. I hope it's not just a honeypot or something else. And hopefully there's no bad actors in there. Now, as like I said, in every group there's always bad apples, bad actors. But there's also the chance, being this happening in the state, America's good. America's really good at false flag operations, bullshit like that. So don't be surprised if you try to hear that someone, that a trucker went rogue and ran over some people or something. I don't think that's going to happen. But don't be surprised there's some bullshit, okay, that comes up. But I think these truckers will be fine. I think they'll be fine here. As long as it's not bait into going into the center or something. Let's see. It goes on. I don't think anybody wants to be told what to do. Erica Knight, spokeswoman for the PAC, told Fox News. They don't want to deal with these mandates, or it's kind of a way to stand up for all the American people against it. In an email blast, the PAC said the truckers represent peaceful, nonviolent Americans who are dissatisfied with the unscientific, unconstitutional government overreach in regards to mandates. Very simple, very simple. The convoy comes amid ongoing protests by Canadian truckers calling for an end to COVID-19 mandates in their country. Basic and simple, right? The resistance began several weeks ago when truckers decided to stand and oppose a rule requiring them to be fully vaccinated. Not being vaccinated could impact their livelihoods as well as the country's supply chain. Now that sentence there taken by itself, I don't like. It says not being vaccinated could impact their livelihoods as well as the country's supply chain in the context that they're being forced to be vaccinated. You know, if you look at that, you can see the same sentence in like NPR or, MSNBC or something like that. You can see that same sentence there being used to advocate that, these truckers should just take the jab. When really, why should they be forced to do it anyway? Yeah, they're driving trucks and they're transporting goods, but you know where the trucker is majority of the time when they're doing that? In the fucking truck. So if you're worried about catching the super bug, which really isn't much of a bug anyway, from a trucker who's going to be in his truck, what are you talking about? You're paranoid. You're freaking paranoid. He's not the one touching your food, goddammit. He's not the one manhandling your fucking lettuce, okay? He's not doing that shit. On Monday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked the country's Emergencies Act. He did invoke that. A rare move that gives the country's government temporary powers to deal with the border blockades, including using tough legal and financial measures against participating truckers. Now, what are they going to do here in the U.S.? So he goes on to say, I'm sure that having a bunch of protesting, standing up for the rights are definitely part of the inspiration here, Knight said. Looks like there's nothing else here. So I'm curious what's going to happen here. Are we going to see the same reaction? Is Biden and Biden's puppet administration, are they going to react the way Justin Trudeau did? Are they going to react with force? If they react with force, it's gonna be bad. It's going to be really bad. Potentially. Let's see how Facebook twisted Canada's trucker convoy into an international movement. This is from The Verge. Oh, this is going to be like from a left-leaning place, too. Let's see. What are you saying there, ZXV? As far as Cog, the girl who crashed and broke His arm also cucked him. He literally said, "I can't believe Ralph got his win," and cried. Oh. I did? When did I do that? Oh, you're talking about that. yeah, I did that in the video. I did that. Well, I don't consider it a win, though. I don't consider it a win anymore. Because, I gotta tell you, man, I am so relieved. I don't work there anymore. Dude, I feel so much more stress-free now, and I have nothing else to lose. The last couple of months working there, I was very worried that my internet life and my professional life were going to collide, and it was not going to be good. I was seeing the signs. And it did. It got fucked. And I was already kind of wanting a reason to leave, okay? I couldn't just leave. And that presented itself, and I was like, all right, okay. I'll take that. I mean, that's why I immediately bounced. And I mean, I already knew, like, that day, the day I resigned, the same day, within an hour, I signed up for DoorDash and was already doing deliveries. Okay. I didn't spend any time to really mope over it or cry over it. And then, my resume's done. I'll be sending it out, and I'll get it. I'll get a job. It's gonna be fine. It can be a-okay. What I have learned, though, is maybe do a better job at keeping my professional life away from my internet life. Like, maybe not say what it is I do. That'd be great. But you learn. Okay. You're devastated. Oh, I'm devastated. I'm devastated over here. Do the IBS with COG. I will train you for it. I have a bunch of material coming in. If he wants to entertain it, I think he's taken the high ground for now. For now, anyway. I mean, we'll see what happens. But this channel's not about COG or that stuff. This channel's not about that drama. This channel's about other things, more important things, and J Metal at the time. You just told us about your new DoorDash job. Well, that's not going to be a consistent job now. Yeah, I know, right? Damn it. Why do I have to be so careless with my information? Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Am I going to lose my DoorDash job, too? That'd be horrible. Fucking A. I guess I'll have to sign up for Uber Eats and join Mundane Matt there. Anyway, I'm kind of curious what the article is going to look like in that perspective. For The Verge, kind of curious what that's going to look like. But I think there's stuff. Isn't there stuff like paywall? Like, don't you have to pay to read their articles? I'm not paying for shit. Facebook twisted Canada's trucker convoy into an international movement. You mean how people paid attention to it and were aware and then that it's effective? And they're like, hey, this actually works. Wait a second. You mean workers found out that they can actually do something, protest in a way that actually gets attention and kind of forces the government to really pay attention to them? Dude, they're afraid. They're afraid of these truckers. They're afraid of the power that they have. They can just shut things down. They can shut the whole economy down. They have that power. Oh, it's about that time. About to sign off and chill with the neighbors. The music's playing. The food's probably going to be cooking. How Facebook twisted Canada's trucker convoy. Let's see this. Let's see how bad this is going to be. I'm kind of curious here. After more than 2 weeks of chaotic protests this week, the Canadian government pushed back. On Tuesday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked the country's Emergencies Act, enabling new financial restrictions on the protests and signaling harsh new penalties against anyone involved, which is absolutely bullshit. For many Canadians, it's an overdue end to a chaotic protest that has stifled trade. Well, I mean, they're going to blame the truckers for stifling trade and the economic issues. But man, this reminds me of when we were like being anti-lockdown I remember being opposed to lockdowns and people on the left saying, fuck the economy. Who cares about the economy? Saving lives over the economy. Now these guys are all about the economy and trade when it comes to freedom. When it comes to just saying, don't force us to take this fucking jab and wear these masks and do this bullshit. Okay? It's weird. It's weird, you know? They just changed like that. Anyway, dude, it's an overdue into a chaotic protest that has stifled trade and brought alarming weaponry? What weaponry? Into otherwise quiet communities. Now, I know about this. They arrested some people that had knives and ammo. They didn't have any guns on them. They can't even really own guns in Canada. What are they talking about? But right-wing supporters had wildly different views of events. Figures like Tucker Carlson have portrayed the convoy as a working-class rebellion. Well, it is. It is. It is a working-class rebellion in a way, okay? It's a working-class rebellion for freedom. That's what it is. What's so bad about that? I mean, how's that a bad thing? But it's a bad framing because that's not really what it is. That's what The Verge is trying to tell you. And Trudeau's response has been treated as enacting martial law. He literally fucking is. He's freezing bank accounts. Trying to go after crypto, Bitcoin. He's trying to go after that shit, trying to lock that shit down. He's forcing people by gunpoint. He is getting the police to force people by gunpoint out of their fucking trucks to be arrested. He could just talk to them, have a conversation with the leaders of these of the trucker convoy, but no, he's not doing that. So yeah, how is he not a dictator? Leading Elon Musk to tweet and then delete a meme comparing Trudeau to Adolf Hitler. Well, he essentially is. I think that. I mean, I see the similarities. Let's see. It's a who's this? Oh, sorry, I don't know. That distracted me for a second. ADHD. It's a shocking split, arguably the single most important factor in the protests, and much of it originates in the fractured way information travels online. Convoy supporters are getting their news from a tangled Facebook groups, Telegram channels, and random influencers, which is all then amplified and expanded by right-wing broadcasters like Carlson. So shut them down is what The Verge is saying. Shut them down. We don't like it. But when the people on the left, when left-wing protesters are going against the government, oh, it's okay. We support that. It's this divide and conquer thing, and they don't see it. I don't think The Verge really understands. I don't think they really understand what's going on here. I think they play into it. I think they're a pawn into this too. This divide and conquer thing, really. I mean, when I talk like this, I sound, I am right wing leaning. I am conservative in many ways. I'm pro America, pro freedom, pro the ideas of America anyway. But at the same time, I do see a lot of flaws in our system, and I see how hypothetically, if the populist right and populist left were to set aside their differences and be like, can we just agree we have a common enemy? Yes. Okay. What do you want to do about it? Well, are the feds listening? Not in this channel. Okay, well, what do you want to do about it? Well, and then they start talking. Then something crazy could happen. Something that would really shake the system. But they don't want that. They do not want that. They cannot have that. They cannot have that at all. No. Keep them divided. Keep them divided so they cannot ever try. Anyway, and that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. I mean, and talk like that gets you crazy. Puts you in the light, right? And you can frame it a certain way. I'm just saying, hypothetically, it could happen. It's probably not going to happen. Not very likely, but anyway. Big broadcast by right-wing broadcasters like Carlson, the Daily Caller, our Canadian right-wing media network, Rebel News. These channels promote a sanitized version of movements like the Freedom Convoy, amplifying its hashtags and turning its obscene extremist leaders into celebrities. What extremist leaders? we talked about this on the previous stream that what they tried to present, was it Pat King as some sort of extremist or whatever. I didn't have any problem with what the guy was saying, and not in the context that they were showing or anything like that. I don't know what they're trying to make it seem as if like the movement's all like racist and I don't know, like some sort of extremist thing, when that's not what it's about, and that's not what even what the bulk of it is anyway. They're just going so hard. They're bending over backwards to trying to frame this convoy as something villainous and evil, but they just can't do it. They're so bad at it that anyone who's just watching it, most people see it for what it is and go, and some, if they don't like the situation in their country or how things are going, they go, hey, you know what, I'm going to do that too. Which is why you're seeing movements like this pop off. You're seeing it pop off in America, pop off in France, pop off in other places. Don't be surprised. Anyway, the pipeline from physical protests to social media to establishment outlets is what has helped the convoy evolve from a local standoff into a televised event that can raise millions from supporters thousands of miles away. You know, I like this because I think it was on The Verge. Was it The Verge? Where there was an article I was reading on this channel about how someone in the Black Lives Matter was crying how the Black Lives Matter movement didn't catch on in Japan. I think it was The Verge. It might have been BuzzFeed or one of those other outlets. I don't remember exactly. And reading the sentence kind of reminded me of that there is this, like, I guess, pipeline, if you will, like with the physical protests, social media, established outlets. Yeah. But you also see that on the left too. You saw that quite clearly. But one area it didn't really pop off very well was in Japan. And the reason why I bring this up is because their reaction to that was, why not? How come Japan didn't join us in the movement? How come they didn't, entertain our protests? How come Japanese citizens didn't go out there and start burning down their Walgreens or whatever? Because they got a fucking job, man. All right? Because they don't care. All right, that's what it is. They're too busy to care, and they don't care. And also, how many black people are there in Japan? Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, you're gonna find like 2. Okay, all right. Almost all of that infrastructure predates the convoy itself. Drawing from the anti-vax groups like QAnon and other fringe communities. And while the convoy itself may soon be broken up by Canadian government, which The Verge would applaud and be thankful for, those online pathways are much stickier. To understand how this echo chamber works, we have to start with the Ottawa protest itself. The Freedom Convoy started as a loosely affiliated group of Canadian truck drivers led by the group called Canadian Unity, founded by far-right activist, QAnon conspiracy theorist James Balder. See, just a frame job, you know. But over the last 30 years, Balder has managed to build a coalition of fed-up truck drivers, fringe Canadian political party members, neo-Nazis. What is this nonsense? This link here, is it just going to take me to Wikipedia about what neo-Nazis are? Sorry, belch. I'm kind of gassy, guys. Okay, I need to see a doctor. I haven't seen a doctor in over 15 years. I could be dying and I just don't know it. I'm going to see a doctor this coming Thursday, though. I don't know why I'm telling you all that, kind of revealing what's going to happen now. Is Cog going to call up my doctor and tell him not to work with me? I'm just fucking playing around. Anyway, neo-Nazis. Okay, so Balder's managed to build a coalition. Remember that. Fringe Canadian political party members, neo-Nazis, anti-vaxxers, and international courtier. What? That's a French word. That's a fancy French word. What is that? Courtier? What? Of scammers, grifters like me? No. Low-level online creators have been able to generate major headlines around the world. What have I been eating lately? The kill stream there. That'd be funny. Ethan Ralph, the kill stream and low-level online creator? No, he's the king, man. He's the king, baby. Kill stream, baby. The convoys spread across Facebook didn't gain any real momentum until a video about the protests was posted on Rumble, a right-wing video platform. See, look at this. Look at this. Smear, smear, smear. We're going to label. Attack, attack, attack. That's all this is. On January 18th, by a user named Ken Windsor, stated to get a few thousand shares. I started to get a few thousand shares. In the caption of the video, Windsor shared links to the page called Freedom Convoy 2022, which has been started 4 days earlier, according to the Facebook's page Transparency Tools. Windsor had posted several videos on Rumble about truck drivers planning to protest Canadian COVID mandates before this. Because that's what it's about. That's clearly what it's about. They've been talking about, hey, we're going to protest the COVID mandates. That's what this is. And you know what? Instead of doing this smear job about this shit, all Justin Trudeau had to do was talk to the truckers. Instead of trying to read the minds of the truckers and shame them and blame them for some bullshit shit, why don't you just talk to them and figure out what it is? Oh, because you don't want to know them. You don't want to know the truth. You would just rather smear and hate them because they're your enemy, right? They're your enemy. They're the other. They're the out group. You want to keep them in the out group. You don't want to get to know them. You don't want to know what the real cause, the real motivation is, because that's going to, well, then you can't other them anymore. Then you can't vilify them anymore. But yeah, I thought this article was going to be like this. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think this is gonna be cool. I think what we're gonna see with the DC, yeah, Pat King. I see the name here, Pat King. That's what I was talking about. I think seeing the trucker convoy, the trucker freedom convoy here in America is gonna be pretty cool. I want to see that. I think that's gonna be a pretty cool thing to see. I want to see what happens with that. Yeah, I mean, this article I kind of knew it was gonna be a frame job. We kind of see that here. That's what it is. It's just smears and all this stuff. They go into have the GoFundMe run by Tamara Lich, who was another former Canadian Yellow Vest. Man, they really hit the Yellow Vest too. You know, the Verge does. You know, they froze the GoFundMe. They froze the GoFundMe. GoFundMe, they canceled it. They said they're going to send the money to Black Lives Matter, but then they got in trouble and they were forced, was told to, and went to give the money back to the people who donated. I'm not sure if they did that. We got to follow up on that. But then you have Give, Send, Go. Give, Send, Go raised a lot of money. Try to give it to them. They were hacked. You know, not good. Not good. And then you're trying to have it where the Canadian government's trying to threaten people who receive money from Give, Send, Go. You're trying to freeze their bank accounts. Dude, it's all control. And it doesn't have to be this way. They do not have to be using this dictatorial powers to be doing this stuff. But this is the path he's chose. This is what Justin Trudeau wants to do. Now, I did say that I was going to talk about Libs of TikTok. But I spent an hour and 30 minutes talking about this. As far as the Libs of TikTok goes, I could do that for a bit. This is going to get lost in this, I'm sure, being an hour and 30 minutes in. The people who watch afterwards, it's really just about pronouns. It's really just about pronouns. That pronouns are bullshit. I mean, but I think everyone will agree with that. This stuff here, we'll play a part of this. I mean, this stuff here is bullshit. This is a waste of time. Teachers getting paid our tax dollars for this shit. A waste of goddamn time. Actually, teach them something worthwhile and not this shit.
All right, Miko. So this question says, what do your students call you since you're non-binary? Miko's one of my students. What do you call me, Miko?
They, them.
That's my pronouns, but what do you call me as your teacher?
Teacher Roby.
So you know my pronouns are they, them. You know that you go by, or I go by Teacher Roby. What are your pronouns?
But see, her pronoun isn't Teacher Roby, okay? Teacher Roby, teacher is a title, okay? So really what you're saying is your title. What is your title? What is it? What is the title I should call you? Because your pronoun is either he or she. Okay? That's it. That's it. All the other labels, they don't mean anything. They don't make any sense. It's just gobbledygook. It's just made up stuff. All right? People, because once you start accepting they, them, then all of a sudden other stuff start coming in. Like, I don't know, random other titles that just come up when they say, I identify as, dude, Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at all the different genders real fast. That'd be good. All right, let's take a look at that real fast. Okay. It's so hard to think about and remember because it doesn't make any sense. Are you serious? No way. This can't be real. Hold on. Hold on. There were terms that came up here, and I was like, no way. Okay, I guess the people are doing this for real. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I was asking, what are all the different genders? Because to me, there's only two. There's only two. He, she, he. That's it. I mean, you start accepting they, them, which they is a way to refer to people as in a group, not a singular. I mean, it'd seem kind of weird to use it in a singular way. You usually mean that we're talking about plural. But okay, they, them, that's not a pronoun. But what are the other genders that people use? Apparently, bigender, butch. That's when I was like, wait, this can't be real. Butch? People are using butch? I thought butch was I thought butch was like, I don't know, kind of mean. It's kind of mocking. I didn't know people actually identified as butch. You identify as butch? Cisgender, that's just made up stuff. Gender expansive. What the fuck is that? Like a expansive pack? What is it, like N64 shit? What the fuck are you talking about? Gender expansive. Gender fluid? What is that? It makes no sense. Gender outlaw. Are you in jail? Is it like a guy who gets raped in jail, but he identifies as a woman or a gender outlaw, so therefore he's not gay? I don't know. I don't understand. Gender queer. Masculine of center. What the fuck does non-binary? Omnigender. A person who identifies as omnigender experiences and possesses all genders. Oh my God, he has them all. Polygender, pangender, transgender, trans, two split. Okay, I don't even fucking know anymore. Identify as a yo-ho. How about that? I identify as a monster white zero ultra energy. That's why I identify as. Okay, fucking A. This makes no sense. It's all nonsense, and it's being enforced by these teachers. Teach something that's real or get fired. This is a waste of time.
Pronouns.
She, her.
Very good. And how do you feel about calling me Teacher Roby, and how do you feel about my pronouns being they, them?
I feel good about your pronouns, and I think you should accept yourself and don't listen to the disrespect.
You should definitely
accept yourself. Don't listen to the disrespect. Take that, haters. You know, it's interesting how if you try to challenge this, let's say on Twitter, you get shot down and get your account banned or I don't know, I guess bullying or whatever. So you can't even question them. You can't even question any of this stuff anymore. They don't even have to do these smug little videos anymore. I mean, they're just kind of rubbing it in at this point. In a way, they kind of won in the sense that their retardation has kind of spread out and enforced by a lot of social platforms.
Accept yourself. Absolutely. I love that for you. And when sometimes if a student messes up my pronouns and says she, her, or calls me Miss Roby, what do I say?
You say she or they.
Right. And then I also will remind you to call me what?
Teacher Roby.
And that's it. Do I ever get upset at you?
No.
Do I ever make you upset or feel unsafe?
No.
Do you feel safe?
Yes.
Very good.
To me, that looks like coaching. To me, that looks like the teacher coached that girl to say that stuff. I mean, this is crap. Why is this happening anyway? Why is a teacher filming a student without the parent's permission, putting it on the internet, putting it on Instagram for the teacher's own personal political beliefs? That's fucking criminal right there. That's fucking bullshit. And let me tell you, a lot of people already know. I used to work for CPS, okay? Child Protective Services. We can go into schools and interview the kids, but you know what we're required to do by law? Notify the parents within 24 hours. Failure to do so, oh yeah, bad things happen. You make sure that you did that every single time. Every single time. This right here, what she's doing, I think, could be wrong here. Talk to an attorney, but I'm pretty sure it could be illegal. All right? She doesn't have the permission. She doesn't, does she have the parents' permission to film that kid right there? To film that girl? And put her on Instagram? For all that shit? No. Anyway. So, that's it. We covered the trucker convoy with covered the Libs of TikTok. Yeah. With having more time, kind of do more streams here. Now, I'll probably stream later on tonight, possibly. I mean, what else am I going to do? If I do, I might just do like a chill game stream on Twitch. I don't know. I gotta see what we're going to do. Yeah, on the Mr. Damon DT channel. Very curious. See what happened with the Mr. Damon versus Cog thing. I like a good beef, I think it could be a lot of fun. He likes to spurg, and I like to have fun with that shit. So, I don't know. Could be fun. I'm having a fun time today doing that. Really, the trick is for him. It's just not to give me any attention, and that's fine, right? He gives me attention, I'll talk about him. He gives me no attention, well, then there it is. And he knows that. He knows that. But he also knows he may not be able to help himself. That's it. Anyway, with that said, y'all take it easy and have a good one.